School. Welcome to today's English class. Hope you are doing great. Today we are going to discuss Unit 5 from English Grammar and Composition book. You can see the title of today's lesson on the screen. The ing form of verb, gerund, and participle. After the discussion of today's class, we will be able to Number 1, describe activities and situations in sentences. Number 2, use ing verb as noun and adjectives. And number 3, differentiate between gerund and present participle. So start our lesson 1, the ing form of verbs, gerund. So before we start our discussion, let's have a look at the following conversations and notice the positions of ing verbs. What do you like to do at your free time? I enjoy watching cartoons with my friends. So notice the ing form of verb, watching. In this conversation, watching is an ing verb. And this is one type of activity. In this sentence, watching is used as an object. Want a proof? Just ask what or whom to the verb, enjoy. See, the answer will be watching. Enjoy what? Watching cartoons with my friends. So, watching is a part of object. So, we can say, watching is here, ing form of verb. Would you mind closing the door? Not at all. I was also thinking of doing the same. So, in this sentence, we will notice the ing form of verb, closing. Exactly. Here, closing is an object of the verb mind, and closing is also an activity. I like jogging in the morning. How about you? Jogging in the morning is good, but I hate it. In fact, I don't jog. Cycling in the afternoon is okay for me. So notice ing verb, jogging. Here also jogging and cycling. Yes. So here jogging uttered by Shumon is an object, whereas jogging and cycling uttered by Ria are subjects. But in both cases, jogging and cycling are activities. From these conversations, let's find out what is gerund. When ing verbs are used to begin or complete sentences, they have nominal function, which means functioning as a noun, and they are known as gerund. A gerund is also called as a verbal noun because it looks like a verb but functions as noun. So let's see how a gerund works in a sentence. As a subject and as an object. So let's see, how about as a subject? When gerund comes as a subject, we sometimes need a complement or an object. So what is complement? Complement is a word, clause or phrase that is needed to complete a given expression. Let's see the examples. Walking is a good exercise. Working too hard ruins our health. So, in the first example, we find this ing verb, walking, is gerund and subject. Walking is a good exercise. And here is the linking verb. So what is linking verb? linking verb doesn't have any meaning, but it links or it connects subject and the other parts. So what's the other parts? So other parts is complement. So we can say a good exercise is a complement. So this is gerund and subject, this is linking verb, and this is complement. So what we said? We said complement is needed to complete a given expression. So this is a complete expression. So what about the next example? Similarly, here ing verb working is gerund and working too hard is here subject. So working here gerund and working too hard is here subject. And ruins is here an action verb, so it is not linking verb because they do not show any action, but action verb has an action, ruins, to destroy. After action verb, we find our health. So our health is an object. So ing verb is here subject and ing verb is a part of a subject. So gerund can be a part of a subject and gerund can be a subject itself. Now as an object, often gerund comes as an object. We usually use ing verb after main verb. Usually after main verbs such as like, love, hate, enjoy, mind, we use gerund as an object. For example, I enjoy watching action movies. Another example, Tuhin is saying, I would like to buy a new car. I don't have sufficient money. Jamil is saying, I don't mind lending you some money. So another example, Rabia is saying, would you mind closing the door, please? It is very cold, isn't it? Rinku is answering, not at all. I was also thinking the same. So notice, I is here the subject, enjoy is the verb, and watching, ing verb, is here gerund, and watching action movies is the object. Okay, see the next example. Notice, in the next example, lending is the ing verb and it is also gerund. It is the object of the verb mind. So we can say lending is a gerund and this whole part starting with lending is an object. So lending is here the part of an object. So in the last example, we find closing is a gerund. So closing is here a gerund and starting with closing, this part, closing the door, is an object. Yes, closing the door is an object. So closing is here is similarly part of an object. One thing you should remember, that is, we use ing verb lending after mind in negative statement to say that we are not angry or unhappy about something. So it is very common expression of don't mind. Yes. Now we need to practice. Activity 1. Make sentences by matching the words from column A and B. Each phrase can only be used once. Remember it. So let's start. So this is column A and this is column B. So let's start. I hope you will answer with me. Browsing net is James' passion. So here browsing net is an activity. And browsing is here ing verb. He admitted using my computers. So admitted using. Using is here ing verb and it's an activity. But he denied entering my room in my absence. He denied. Denied what? Entering my room in my absence. So entering is an activity. At the same time, it's an object. I also didn't see him yesterday. At least I don't remember seeing him. Seeing him, ing verb, and it is an object. James doesn't like sport and he hates watching games. So, watching games is an activity and it's an object. The last one, he still likes singing but he has stopped playing drums. Stopped playing drums. So, playing drums is an object and at the same time it's an activity. Now lesson 2, the ing form of verbs, present participle. Yes. Before entering into the main discussion, let's have a look of the following conversations. Situation 1. Pikul is saying, do you like birds, Raja? Oh, sure, I love them. What bird is your favorite? Parrot. I have a singing parrot. Here singing modifies parrot and functions as an adjectives. So let's see situation 2. Yes. Mitu is saying, hi, ever smiling boy. Why are you sad today? Shanto is saying, I have lost my new English book. So, how did you lose it? I went over there. Some students were laughing at a crying girl. She was holding a melting ice cream bar in her hand. When I came back, the book was gone. So in this conversation, we find ing verb smiling. So smiling here modifies boy. And in this conversation, we find ing verb crying and ing verb melting. So crying modifies girl and melting modifies ice cream. So in both conversation, we find ing verb modifies a noun or pronoun. Yes. Dear students, see, laughing is here also ing verb, but it functions as a main verb but not as an adjective. So don't be confused with all ing verb form. So ing verb form sometimes can be main verb, not adjectives. So if not adjectives, it's not our present participle. Yes. Now let's analyze how ing verb can function as an adjectives. Ing verbs function as adjectives. So look at the phrases, what we have used. Singing parrot, smiling boy, crying girl, a melting ice cream bar. So we can ask what type of parrot is singing parrot. So singing works as an adjective. And we can ask what type of boy, a smiling boy. Smiling works as an adjective. What type of girl? A crying girl. Crying works as an adjective. What type of ice cream? A melting ice cream. Melting works as an adjective. So, all the ing form here works as an adjective. Sometimes present participle stands immediate after the noun or pronoun to modify. For example, the students sitting on the first bench can attentively listen to the class. So here, ing verb sitting modifies the student. Unlike earlier discussions, we find present participle after noun or pronoun. So, sitting on the first bench, we can say this group of words starts with present participle is modifying the noun, the students. Now the practice time. Yes. Read the following text and fill in the gaps using present participle. Pick the suitable words from the box below. So these are the words: run, sing, love, fly, shine, look. So this is the text. So let's start. Raja has a dash parrot. Okay, so what will be the answer? Parrot. What kind of parrot? Yes, singing parrot. It's a nice bird. His uncle brought this bird from this village. Now the bird lives in a dash cage. So what can be? Cage. Yes, the cage can be shining cage. Every day Raja feeds the bird and looks after him. Raja feels very good when the bird sings. Sometimes Raja takes the bird under running water. Exactly. Running water to bath him. Raja loves the bird but doesn't like seeing birds in the cage. Raja likes free dash bird, free flying birds. But due to his dash uncle, yes, loving uncle, he cannot do anything. Raja has decided to discuss the matter with his uncle. So I think you get the idea about present participle. All the ing verbs are here used as adjectives. So now we can go gerund versus participle. That means how we can understand this ing verb is gerund and this ing verb is present participle or participle. So let's see the examples first. Running in a race is not so easy. I love running on the track. My father presented me a running machine on my last birthday. The girl running in front of me is a professional athlete. So let's analyze which ing form of verb is gerund and which ing form of verb participle. Okay, see 4 examples contain same underlying ing verb. So running, 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 and running. So, but their use and function are not same. How? The first 2 sentences talk about activity and ing verb running is here noun or verbal noun. Yes. So in these first 2 sentences, running is used as noun. How? This running is actually subject and this running is actually object. So certainly we know as subject and object we use noun. So we can say that in the first 2 examples, running is used as gerund. Yes. Let's see what about this 2 example, 3 and 4. Here running is actually modifying machine. So it is not noun, it is adjectives. At the same time, the girl running in front of me. So this running is modifying the girl. So it is also an adjective. So certainly we know we use ing form of verb as adjectives when it is present participle. And here is also same. It is also present participle. So when ing form in a sentence is used as a noun, we call it gerund. And when ing form of verb is used as an adjective, we call it present participle. So let's recap what we have learned so far. We have learned the use of ing verb in sentences as noun and adjective. We have learned the difference between gerund and participle, that means present participle. And we have learned about describing activities and situations in sentences. Now there will be homework. So what about the homework? Each of the sentence contains an underlined verbal section. Now identify the verbal as present participle or gerund. Number 1, the candidate getting more votes wins the election. Number 2, reading a good story always gives me pleasure. Number 3, his profession, teaching English class to middle section, occupies a great deal of his time. Number 4, I found a girl lying on the floor. And number 5, my family bought a running machine a few days ago. So certainly you know what you need to do. Yes, you need to write the answers in a separate notebook, and you must submit to your English teacher when your school opens. Remember, it's a part of a continuous assessment. It's really important. So, thank you very much. Follow the instructions of government and stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands again and again. To watch this class again, keep in touch with Facebook page and YouTube channel of Amar Ghare Amar School. Thank you very much.